I'm Kristen Delcellier. I'm a PGY4, almost 5 resident in psychiatry.
Hey, and I'm Andy, PGY4.
And so we've been asked today to give a little video by Dr. Eppel to kind of talk a little bit about our experience in psychodynamic psychotherapy and give you a little bit, maybe some tips and tricks on how to kind of survive the process and also just hopefully help put you a little bit at ease. So to just start off, we're both, under the supervision of Dr. Apple for psychodynamic psychotherapy. So we have group supervision once a week. And we're both kind of nearing the end of our psychodynamic journey at this time. So we're hoping that we can kind of give a couple pearls and put you a little bit at ease. When we first started psychodynamic psychotherapy, I think we felt very similar to how, most of you guys are feeling right now. Essentially that, how we're having some imposter syndrome where, we don't understand, how are we supposed to do this therapy? The theory is really complicated. And essentially what ends up happening is that you kind of have that first session with your patient and all of a sudden, things kind of start falling a little bit into place. For myself in particular, we did our first session in person where you kind of have that first, assessment to see if the patient's appropriate for psychodynamic, and then we switched to virtual, and we haven't looked back. It's actually been a really great process, and I felt personally that's been very fulfilling as a resident. It's one of those kind of moments, like an aha moment, I guess, that you get to experience in residency, and I've really appreciated my time so far. But I think the moral of what I'm trying to say is that we all kind of start being maybe a little bit more afraid of psychodynamic because it's less process driven, less it's kind of, there's not really just a specific manual, although Andy will talk a little bit about a book that might be helpful. But it's more kind of following the lead of the patient and processing, helping them process their emotions in a safe space. Andy, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, just to build on what Kristen said, we were brainstorming together in terms of some specific suggestions for all of you as you're getting started. The first thing we were thinking is, everyone would benefit from buying Dr. Eppel's book, and not just because he's paying us a huge amount to promote it. But specifically, I'd note that chapter 7 is really helpful in terms of giving you just kind of a practical framework and a bit of a skeleton as you start off about kind of ideas of where you could go in your first sessions. The second kind of suggestion we'd have is you can watch some of the videos of psychodynamic psychotherapy on Peter, which we all have access to as McMaster residents, or looking around at different things on YouTube. And I think both of us found this really helpful because it gives you a sense of the kind of style and the pacing of psychodynamic sessions. Kind of going a little bit wider, our third thought was there's a lot of theory and a lot of jargon in psychodynamic therapy. You don't have to know how to integrate all of it from day one, from minute one of your first session. Recognize that a lot of it will start to make more sense as the sessions are underway. So it's going to be something where it's helpful to be familiar with it, but recognize that there's going to be a time and a place where you're going to be able to start implementing it, and that the expectation isn't that you're bringing all of those things to bear from day one. And then, finally, just trust in the process. You've got a supervisor, you all have a lot of experience at this point. You're not going to get led astray. And have fun with it.
Thanks, guys, and enjoy, I guess, the rest of your psychodynamic series with Dr. Apple and the other co-facilitators.
Take care, guys.